sign right, okay? You gotta get that set up. Anyway,
We got a floor director job.
we're going to start off this year right, and what a better way to start off than with odds and ends.
Yeah.
I know you all watched and loved it last year, and we're back again.
John back there, he's pretty happy.
Anyway, we got some stuff here. We've been working for about, 2 months now?
Oh,
Getting
jeez.
ready.
And still isn't ready. 10 minutes, actually.
Well, yeah, 10 or 15. We've got here to sign, we had a registration to enlist people in this TV club, like some of these people that are working here now. TV club wants you, and I think that was, you're done by Mike Hatfield Graphics Company. Anyway, here's something you typed up, and you have to zoom in on it, but you can't see it, but these are the official surgeon's band rules. And I'm just going to read you some of the rules these guys over here have to abide by. The first rule Mike has for him is absolutely no gum chewing allowed. Now, does anybody have gum in their mouths? I mean, admit it now.
Yes,
Well, absolutely. That's a Zelda man. How you like it? Absolutely no articles to be thrown. Nothing's being
Not like the Articles of Confederation.
I always be polite and courteous now. Have they been polite and courteous to everybody, Mike? You quit talking.
Don't walk in front of the camera. Your mic needs to be on. Can you hear me now? No unnecessary talking. Isn't that going to mess up the show? Probably, no, you can't hear my rule. Let me bring you rule number 5. Absolutely keep your fingers away from your nostrils. I think they're doing that. Anyway, so those are Mike's messed up. Those are Mike Hatfield's that's your new mic. Official rules. Yeah, so much for new mics. Hey, we have some new people on our staff. Most mentionably our number 1 man, our number 2 man, the producer, Mike Fitzpatrick, who is off camera. He sits. He sits quietly away there. Anyway, one thing that we want to do is this. Since this is the first show, it's been 4 months, but on the last show last year, an event happened that I don't want to let East Peoria think we forgot about. John and Steve were visiting from East Peoria, and they had a little present for me, and we just happened to still have that tape, and I don't want them to forget that we have that. So here's that tape. Why don't you watch and you can roll that tape now. Try it.
Everything's fucked up. I'm sorry. Mics were screwed up. Bad time.
Sit down, I can't. Get back up here. Now, come on. You're right back on it.
Guys, okay? Be quiet.
5, 4, 3, I should have known. Oh, jeez. What a way to go out. Good, guys. Wait till next year. I'm on your show. And we'll see them again. We're not going to forget that. I might pay a visit to their show sometime. They might. You know those guys. We'll pay a visit to Kirk's Country Kitchen. Hey, I saw it. I don't think they could fit the audience in Kirk's Kitchen that we can quite fit in this studio. The studio's small, but Kirk's Kitchen's even a little smaller. Especially when Mr. Hagemeyer's in there, right? So spacious! Inside joke time. Anyway, one other thing I want to mention here in the beginning,
because I'm in charge of it, and that's this weekend, tomorrow and
John is in
Saturday. The whole weekend's mine. No, Key Club is having some peanut sales, and I'm in charge of those, and we're going to be out at local stores. And yeah, these two are working.
Zolds, go to Zolds,
yeah.
me and Fitz.
Yeah, you can see celebrities in progress.
Well, every peanut soda will give away free autographs.
You will, okay. So that's certainly something to look forward to. Be sure and donate to Key Club. Anyway, now what we're going to talk about, obviously we're all dressed in shorts, the whole band, and everything. And of course, since this is our first show back from summer, we ought to tell about our summer vacations, right?
Yeah.
So
talk about it.
a lot of things happened this summer. Where'd you go, Mike? Of interest.
Tell us, Mike, where did you go?
Gee, Tom, we went on a cruise.
What boat?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We saw Doc and, we went to, let's see, Puerto Rico, Puerto Plata.
Did you see Tom Schwartz? Oh, wow.
Puerto Rico, Puerto Plata, Bahamas, Nassau, Bahamas, and, a little audience help.
Well, they don't know where you went. What?
His mom's out in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, his mom. Mrs. Hatfield is
Puerto
here.
Plata, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, yeah.
So it sounds like, yeah, so what month did you go on that?
A little more audience help.
If Mrs. Hatfield wasn't here tonight, there would be,
What was that, July? That's good. I don't know the numbers.
That was the best month, too.
Yeah, I think.
He was gone.
Anyway, yeah, he was gone, and I went just about a week after,
parties every day.
we went swimming at Mike's house quite a bit, and it's a pool out back.
It's just about as big as Mr. Woodward's.
Hey, there's a deep spot right in the middle if you point your tail.
If you Anyway, just about a week and a half after summer got started, I went to California,
I stayed
and
back here to watch Washington.
yeah, he watched Washington for us, and we thought maybe next year we'd just hire a bus or something and take a whole bunch of people, and that'd be
Road
a good time. Anyway, we did lots of fun things in California. Our producer, right here on the side, went with me.
Mike, can Mike come over here and sit down, do you think?
Mike, come on.
I don't think he's into that.
Okay.
Anyway, we saw lots of things. We went to the Tonight Show and saw Bo Derek, and that was quite exciting, wasn't it? The audience is mostly female. I think that's the reason I'm getting too excited about this. At least we anyway, we went to other things. Went to Universal Studios and Malibu and lots of beaches and stuff like that. And then we were out there for 3 weeks, and we came back for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then the absolute adventure this summer. Me and Mike, again, we went with the Fishbach family to Indiana. And that was a good time, right? Yeah, come on, let's hear it for Indiana. Krista Martin out in the audience was too. Krista was, I know.
Up here.
I saw her at McDonald's, and I said, wow, you're here, and then I realized she went with us. Now, the adventure of that trip, of course, was Deputy Dick, right? That was.
Did you say that on television?
I just did.
Okay.
That was the guy's name. It was this guy that ran the fishing fund.
Well, I don't think that was. It might have been your adventure, but I had other adventures.
Yeah, I don't think you want to say those on television. That might get you in trouble. Of course, there was the night of the turned over picnic tables. Deputy didn't.
That was fun.
Yeah, one night we decided there were a lot of picnic tables out front of the cottage. We decided we were going to turn them over to upset Deputy Dick. And
Did you know Goshen's the #1 cruising town in Indiana?
yeah, it was this one. What'd you pick up there, Krista? You want to tell us about it? No, it's this town that was about 30 minutes away, and there's a really major road, 2 lanes each side, and people just stopped.
There's 3 lanes on each side. We were always in the turning lane, though.
And people just stopped, and I've never seen anything like it. It was certainly.
John, you had a good
Adventure.
time there. didn't you? I remember you.
Let's hear it for John, yeah.
Yeah, I had.
I didn't have a good time in Goshen. No. I had a good time.
Not to mention the time Mike had. So what else did you do this summer? After that, you went to band camp, right?
Well, John, after that, I went to band camp.
Oh, really? Tell us about band camp, Tom.
Well, there's a couple other people.
half the people. Yeah. We are having a class tonight. You got to use it.
the surgeons, of course, went.
Actually,
Now, was band camp fun? Do you find band camp
I
an
found it
adventure?
very fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
Tell us about band. Now, you have a friend at band camp, right? And we'll call her a friend.
Her?
Tell us about
It
her.
is a her.
All right, well, you can tell us about her.
it is a
can't you?
her.
What do you want to know?
Well, once you've got a friend. Where does she live? Monticello?
Yes.
Illinois? And you're currently seeing her. Do you have a ring
Is
on?
that a ring?
He has a ring on. You might want to zoom in on that. Yes, people, Tom Fishbach really does.
I did not lose my ring.
One girl.
I misplaced it.
John, you don't have a ring, do you, John?
What?
John's got no ring, girls out there. I mean, you can see that.
No, I should announce
3-4 for John Burkey.
I know girls that you're all saying, she would not like to go with John to homecoming. Well,
Well, John doesn't go to home.
we're going to have a contest right here on the show called Win a Date with a Star.
And the surgeons.
Tell you what, I'll go with
Dinner with the
the
surgeons. And so, I know girls, you're going to want to get your name in that draw. We'll be announcing the entry fee. Of course, you have to pay your own way. Except we'll be announcing more details about that later, so you might want to stay tuned.
Like, I was going to have somebody pay and take me.
Oh, okay.
Because I figured you could drive.
You're going to homecoming, right? But not here in Washington?
No, I'm not.
You're going in with your friend. What's your friend's name? Why don't you tell us?
Baba Jean.
Mrs. X. No.
Mrs.? You're involved with a married woman?
Just joking. Hold it. Wait, we're going to compose for picture. Time out.
Basically, he's taking a picture of us.
He's taking a picture now of the camera.
There we go.
So,
Her name's Tammy, John.
Tammy. So you really like Tammy, right? I've never met her. Is she ever going to come to Washington?
Well, I told her about you, so I doubt
If she ever comes to Washington, would she like to maybe come in the audience?
Sure.
See you in action?
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Live on WCHS
Tell you
Today?
what, if you'll drive her up here,
I'll drive her up here. I don't
okay?
know.
Or go get her, then she'll be here.
Because you don't have your license yet. You got driver's ed right now, right?
Yeah.
So you guys like...
Next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, second hour, be on the roads and watch me in action.
So how do you guys like school so far this year? We're 3 weeks into it.
It's very educating.
Yeah, are you learning a lot, Mike?
Yes.
Should I ask you about Bonanza?
No, you should.
I won't say
Not on
anything. Inside joke. How's school going for you, Tommy?
Well, I'm doing very good scholastically, but I'm not.
Scholastic, but that's not the important thing, right? There are more important things
Yes,
than
there are.
scholastics.
I'm not really having. I mean, school's sort of a drag this year. I mean, I don't have any good classes right now.
What are you taking? Jazz band. You a jazz band with
Jazz
Francesca?
band's fun. You know, coming in a half an hour late and stuff. But
There you go. First one of the year.
just so that. But
That's another. We got so many inside jokes this year. Gee, it's so spacious.
Can we say something about it?
no, you guys.
No, because he's the one that he can push the stop on this.
Wait, I think we ought to thank Mr. Egemeyer for airing our programs. He's such a wonderful person.
And John and Steve from the other channel.
Yeah, John, Steve, one other thing I think people have noticed, but we have a new desk here.
And a new sign, compliments of
Yeah, a new sign, which you saw in the,
Compliments of.
compliments of Mike Hatfield.
yeah.
Actually, I'm sure.
Mike has done a
he did
lot
not
for the show,
provide
computer-wise.
paper.
I did everything.
Mrs. Hatfield, did he buy the paper?
Whatever he says, I don't.
Thanks, Mom. Humor me now.
It is hour of need. So, do you guys have anything else to say about this school? You're ruining the new furniture. You realize
Oh, there's
putting
nowhere to put
those
this.
sticky substance. What do you think we have a gopher?
Gopher! Come on! Yeah, let's hear it for the gopher, guys!
My shoe. This year is a lot more fun with the food and stuff. I really appreciate it. Who made
We
the
have free food. We didn't.
I'm not sure for the next lot because it's a lot easier sitting back in my dressing room having something to eat instead of just sitting around
do
doing
have-
nothing.
The guests are very happy back there. I know Chris Kale can't wait to get on.
That's her.
Okay. So, guys, it's
John, I know
been good. Now, since you're
because
the
it hurts your leg.
announcer this year, you can probably sit here and sit next to Cindy Mayberry. I know that'll be tough, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Anyway, Mike, since your band's so good, why don't you guys play a number before we bring out the girls?
69.
All right.
Gee, glad I don't have this plan.
What? Here's Mike Hatfield and the surgeons once again.
I'm the announcer. Here's Mike Hatfield and the surgeons.
Gee, that sounds... One E and 2E and 3E and...
Thanks, guys. That was very entertaining.
Thank you, John.
And you guys will play. You have a space at the end of the show where you'll be playing once again, right?
Thank you, John.
Over the final credits.
Like the next show is coming.
Come on. All right. Take the. Oh, what?
Where's mine, Gopher? Give me some.
Okay. My first guests tonight are. We're just mixing our drinks here, and I assure you it's all non-alcoholic. Anyway, my first guest tonight, and I know they're really excited about getting out here, and I'm certainly more excited. He will when they get up. Are Cindy Maynard and Chris Kale from Student Council. Come on out here. So, welcome to the show, girls. How are you? How you doing this year? Cindy, you've been on once before. This is your time. It's a little bit more professional now, isn't it? I say that, it's a light. We're having a brown out. The lights are on. Chris, how are you?
Fine.
I know you're really excited to be here, right?
Yeah,
This is
sure
like.
am.
Now, are you nervous at all?
No.
No, there's nothing.
Not at all.
There's nothing to be nervous about. The surgeons shouldn't make you nervous. They're only watching your every move. So you're here to kind of talk about homecoming. But before I do that, why don't I ask you about your summers briefly? Did you have a good summer, Chris?
Sure did, John.
What did you do?
Went to student council camp. And I went to Iowa. Yay. And
Don't be that easy. If anything can get. So you went to those places, huh?
Yes,
and it
I
was
sure
fun.
did.
Yeah. What about you? What about you, Cindy? What did you do?
I went to cheerleading camp and I spent most of the summer with my brother.
You're a cheerleader, huh? Too. So you might be on again for cheerleading when
Yeah.
we had cheerleaders on last year on our very first show last year, and Mrs. Druin's forever been is going to have to brief the cheerleaders this time so they know the name of their sponsors and stuff. So she will be briefing you about that. So you had good summers, huh?
Yeah.
And how do you like school so far this year?
it's great.
Well, would you like to go more in depth about that? It's great.
What do you want me to say?
I want to know, just, what do you like about it? Is it if you got an easy senior schedule?
Yeah.
You're not afraid to admit it, huh?
Yeah.
What are you taking that's easy?
Art photography, PE, lunch,
Lunch, that's in your schedule, huh?
speech
Executive?
two.
There's the three of us in speech too. It's great.
Yeah,
We should be in there.
speech
We have a
too.
really good
It's-
time in
Speech
that
too.
class.
Speech two is the place to
Show.
be.
Good class.
Cindy, do you have an easy senior schedule?
Well, I have, regular, hard classes.
Oh, not like
But-
Chris. She has
but
regular
I have
classes.
I have
No,
like a study hall, which I work for
well, that's
Coach
not-
Venturi. It's a lot of fun, I just kind of
Oh,
sit
yeah,
in his
she's a
office and
very smart
sleep.
gentleman.
That's about the easiest class I have in my study hall.
Your study hall?
And then I have I have word processing and, oh, what else do I have?
Are both you,
Shorthand, too, shorthand.
well, both you, are you both going to college?
Yeah.
Where do you plan on going, Chris?
ISU.
ISU.
ISU first and then ISU.
Oh, that's a good college.
Yeah, Tom's mom works there. Let's hear it for Tom's mom.
I have no idea.
Hey, she's not stupid.
Yeah, Tom's mom. Cindy, you're planning on going to college, right?
Yeah, I'm
Where are you
going? My parents want me to go to Missouri.
Bruce, you know Bruce?
Hey, they got beat. Bye. You left.
So you
I'm
say that's
sorry,
where, you say that's where you
I'm
want your parents to go?
My parents want me to
or
go
want you
there.
to go.
I would
Is
like
that,
to go to, maybe to Southern.
so we've got like a bitter feud in the Mayberry family,
Yes,
maybe?
well, see, my parents.
What does the audience think? Let's take an audience
Yeah.
applause meeting. Southern! Missouri. Missouri. No, but I think Southern's the over. I hope your parents are watching this. Do you think this will influence it? With this
really
bunch,
doubt
it'll
it.
probably
I
make
really
them
doubt it.
probably make them say Missouri for sure. If all this bunch is going to Southern. So what you're here really to talk about is homecoming, and that's coming up in just a few weeks, right? And
Which, by the way, John still needs a date too, so.
yeah, it's called Win a Date with a Star. It's coming details. So it's 2 weeks from now.
It's about 2.5 weeks.
Okay, what are the exact, and it lasts for a whole week, I mean, kind of, as far as the student activities go,
The
right?
24th. It starts
Yeah.
Monday,
Hey,
September
marathon dance.
24th, and the game and the dance are on the 29th of September, it's Saturday.
Okay, what's the homecoming
Mike's
theme?
birthday, 29th is
What's-
Mike's birthday. Let me add that.
What's the homecoming theme this year?
Moviemania.
Okay, who chose that theme?
The student council votes on it. They all give their ideas of what they'd like, and that's the one that they thought of, and they liked it a lot.
And Mr. Torrance is mentioned.
No, really, Mr. Torrey doesn't really have anything to do with it. If it was, I mean, we can't think of anything bad. You know, if we thought of something bad, he'd.
I bet you
automatically
could
say
think
no.
of something.
Well, yeah, we could, but not student council. Student council.
Um,
You know, we're pretty good people.
No, great. So you voted on that yourself?
Yeah, I can't vote.
No, we can't vote.
We can't vote in the election. I mean, when they want to decide what to do or how to do anything, the president and the vice president has no say in it. We just say, we have to explain both.
So we have the president and vice president sitting here. Which is
Exactly.
which? Exactly, listen to
I'm the
her.
president and Chris Kelly.
Yes, I'm the vice president. I'm, yes, and
Chris
I'm,
here is really, she does a lot of work. She has to do a lot of work. I just kind of,
She kind of relaxes and puts the responsibility
No.
on me. No, we share it equally.
yeah, we.
you share it equally?
Yeah.
Well, what's involved in that? I mean, do you really have a lot of work to do with being?
This
have
year
a
we
lot.
do because we've done away with some of the homecoming committees and stuff like that, and so we have to do a lot ourselves, and we always have to make sure that that the homecoming committees are doing what they're supposed to do, and sometimes they don't like us very much because we have to harp at them, you know, to finish things up.
I heard that.
Cindy Harps.
Harp.
I heard
So-
that.
So you girls are good at harping, huh?
We don't do
That's
it much.
a-
We kind of do it in a nice way, like, would you please get your committee finished?
So there's some different parts of homecoming. One's
Yeah, I know what we need back
the
here.
big one.
We need a dictionary so we can look up harp.
I know, yeah. We can get somebody on the staff to do that.
Go
Okay,
for
One of the big
go-
things that
go
goes on is
find
the
a dictionary.
parade,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's something that students will work on all week, building floats and stuff. Do all the clubs build a float?
Most of them
Not
do.
all of them, but-
Not all of them, but most of them do. Most of the bigger clubs do. Like,
German
What?
club.
yeah, French club.
Oh, speaking
Chorus.
of building floats, John, I talked to the head of the chairman of the AV float committee.
Thanks. So if you don't have a float, do most of the people have most of the clubs have cars
Yeah,
or something,
almost all
right?
of it. In trucks and, you know, with their
All right, now, can
officers.
people, I heard people can't throw candy this year.
No.
Now, what's the deal on the no throwing
Okay.
candy? Because that ruins, yeah, I heard there was a near miss. Yeah, explain to me, I have a near miss with thrown
Okay,
candy.
what they do is they throw
Yeah.
the candy out of the car, and the little kids come running up in
Yeah.
front of the car to get it, and, you know, they don't always get the candy before they get hit. No, I'm just
that's
kidding.
putting it bluntly.
They're
That's what-
trying to get the candy, you know, and the people don't always see them, like if they're bent down
Yeah.
or something, they can get hit really easily. Kids have gotten hurt before doing it. And every year they say no candy, and people do it. And last year, finally, they kicked somebody out of the parade for throwing candy.
So you can like be
Yeah, you
disqualified for
can be
throwing candy, so
disqualified.
it is a
Freshman
serious.
Yes, it was the freshman class, I'm sorry, but
It was the so now the sophomores
Yeah, what's the sophomores now? But it was just like their officer's car or something.
who was throwing candy.
Executive.
Illegal. Now, of course, another big thing that goes on is the stunt show. And everybody kind of smiles about the stunt show.
Go for it.
When is the stunt show? It's Friday night, right?
Right.
The Friday night. And
Right.
do all, again, most of the clubs have stuff in there, right?
Right.
Do you want to explain a little bit about what's going on in the stunt show this year and who the MCs are and
Hey,
stuff?
that's my word
The
pack.
MCs are Kay Arnold, Robin Jackson,
That's my word pack.
And Dave
and
Knopfsinger.
Dave Nelson.
Okay. And they're going to be,
That's my dictionary.
and they're going to be MCing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be telling their jokes,
Who's
and
that
running
saying?
around on stage.
Who's MCing it?
You're not.
Kay Arnold, Robin Jackson, and Dave Nelson.
Oh.
And then
So-
after the stunt show is the bonfire.
Yes, we are having
The
Bonfire.
surgeons-
And
The
yes!
surgeons are going to be at the bonfire, whether they know it or not.
Will they be playing? That's the question.
Yes, they will.
They'll be playing. They'll be
Playing
there.
at the bonfire.
Have you guys got any songs planned?
Like,
What's
varsity.
bonfire
The
music?
Okay, the songs that they
And what do you
usually
play at a
the
bonfire?
That they play is like varsity, the varsity theme song, you know, the school, and loyalty, and what else do they play? You know, just the little short parts and
Yeah.
Couple other knickknacks, right?
yeah.
Knick-knack,
yeah,
paddywhack, something like that.
those guys.
How we do what we did last year, it makes a noise.
Yeah, just
No.
makes
That was
it.
good.
Yeah, the stunt show's more fun.
We're hoping
The
to
audience
have
is more.
the football players at the stunt show. We're not sure if we're going to yet.
No,
but we
at the
hope.
bonfire.
What do you mean
At the
half them?
bonfire, I mean. Okay, we'd like to have them at this at the bonfire, and have maybe
Yeah.
Coach Venturi introduce them, and maybe have the captain speak or something like that. No.
So that would be, the bonfire will
no,
be
I don't mean
right,
to introduce people.
the bonfire will be right after the stunt show, right? No, there wasn't one last year, right?
No,
Right.
because we always
Was
have.
there a near miss?
No. The year before last year, what they thought Metamora may have lit the bonfire, but they weren't sure. That for all they know, it might have been some kids from our school, but they thought it was Metamora because they just happened to see some Metamora people driving away from the bonfire, so they just.
And it looks suspicious,
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
looks suspicious.
but no proof, right?
Because we were all getting ready for the stunt show, and we're all standing inside the school in the main hall. All of a sudden, we look out there, and there's a big fire outside.
But so,
The bonfire.
the school has deemed it that it's okay to have a bonfire this year.
We could have
Now
had
the-
one last
We
year,
had
but we didn't have a
Mr.
band to
Torrey.
play for it.
But this year, luckily, the
Yes,
form,
we had.
WCHS Today once again comes through on it.
Yes.
Now, the
We're
king, the homecoming king and queen will be crowned that night, right?
Yes. That's why most people go to stunt shows to see Corn.
Who knows, John? You might
I
get
go for the
nominated.
sheer too.
I might get nominated, huh? You think so?
Better find a day.
Well, I'm telling you, the raffle will be in a couple of weeks. That's always what, you have to have the raffle first. So, any ideas who might win?
No.
They
We'll find
haven't
out
had the
next week.
nominations yet?
Next
No.
week will be nominations. I think it's next Wednesday.
Okay, so they have nominations by people write in, right?
Yeah, it's next Thursday during homeroom. They'll have write-in nominations, and they'll pick the 5. We'll have a homeroom. We'll have activity period next Thursday. Okay, and well, they'll take them to the clubs too. And you write, the seniors will write down, 5 girls and 5 guys, and then each
Oh,
class,
okay.
like junior, sophomore, and freshman, will write down 3 girls, and then they'll pick out a.
So who
pick
votes
top
on the
5.
final?
Everyone votes on the final one. But,
So that'll be
just
like
seniors
during-
nominate.
Okay, seniors nominate and the whole school
Votes
votes
the
for
last
them.
time.
So will that like be during the lunch hour or something?
Mm-hmm.
Out
That'll
here?
be on the Thursday. Yeah, that'll be on the Thursday
Oh.
before homecoming.
So the day
Stunt
before?
show, Yep.
So
They
it's
do
kind of
that
like
so
just,
that, so that
so that
there's
like-
no chance that really anybody could find out or something. Because not many people are going to break into the school that night or anything.
not many people, but there's always a few.
They don't.
We're having a
So if
party.
anybody's planning to break into the school, now you know when to do it. You want those names.
No, they're. Yeah.
There were the Watergate tapes, and now we have the homecoming papers. What did you have to say, Chris?
I was gonna say we're having a pie eating contest and ice cream.
Oh, that's always my favorite, the pie eating contest. That's held during each lunch, right? There are
Yeah.
people there's somebody from each class.
Uh-huh.
And
You have
And
to
they-
be blindfolded and you have to put your hands behind.
And I know about pies in the face. That's one thing. think that's what we call planned laughter.
Put down the applause sign.
Yeah, you can turn off the sign now. So, of course, another thing, the next day will be the homecoming game. And that'll be in the afternoon,
play
Saturday
EP.
afternoon.
We
We play
play
EP, huh?
Yep.
Which is where this show is, where this show comes from. And do you think we'll win?
Yeah, I think so. We always beat.
We're
didn't
pretty
last year.
Do
optimistic.
you think Mr.
Yeah, we did last year.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't, it was, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe. Or
Where'd-
when I was.
where'd
a
Mike
freshman, so it
Hatfield
was
go?
2 years ago.
I don't know where he went, but do you think Mr. Egemeyer will be disappointed if they lose? We're sorry, Mr. Egemeyer. It's just,
We like your great vibe.
it's just, it's Mr. Egemeyer. He's the AV director at East Peoria. Somebody in another difficult job. Does Mr. Egemeyer use floor shine too? Is that-
Floor wax, Johnson.
Floor wax. Johnson's. And now Saturday night after the game that Washington will win, there will be the homecoming dance.
They have a lot of really nice decorations planned for the dance, and
Are they gonna do?
we have the band, Fleshwater Creek, local band. It's a really good band.
Oh, you didn't invite the surgeons to play at that, huh?
No.
Not quite.
The contract
Oh, they're not a union band yet.
No, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
wait till next week.
We
huh?
we were thinking about asking them, Chris, weren't we? Very seriously thinking about asking them, but they weren't a union band, so we couldn't.
That's what happens.
So we thought we'd do the next best thing and get the best band in the,
So
seriously.
you think the dance will be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fleshwater Creek is one of the best bands in the Peoria area, and they just happen to
Yeah,
be
I
local
agree.
from Washington.
They're
You know
local
who
from
they are?
Washington?
Yeah,
No, I'm not really too familiar with them.
they're really good.
They are? How old are they? They're real young. Are they real young?
No,
Like,
they're not really young.
They're like married.
Yeah.
they're like married? Well, you can be married at any age. I mean, that doesn't give me the exact.
In their 20s, maybe,
Yeah.
and some of them in their early 30s, around there.
So you think all the homecoming activities this year are going to be really fun, huh?
Yeah.
Well, sounds like a good time. Anyway, would you girls maybe like to come back in a couple of weeks and fill us in briefly on what's, after the homecoming things start rolling, fill us in on what's going on?
Sure.
What's the?
So that'll be
what are they
about,
actually saying?
What, 2 weeks from tonight? So you guys will come back and briefly fill us in, and you can
Sure, John.
give us any more info, and I'll be sure and let you know who my
We'll
date
have
is
more
after we draw out of that magic
We'll have
hat.
more popcorn and soda for you.
Anyway, thanks a lot for being here,
Thanks
and
for
it's
having
been
us.
a very good time.
Yes, it
Thanks,
has.
John.
It always is, Cindy, and I
Yeah.
hope you come back again, and I know you're interested in TV and stuff,
Yes,
and we're all
thank
having a
you
good
very
time in speech, and we're going to ISU.
Yeah, we're going to Bradley.
The honeymoon suite, right? Anyway, I want
Coming
to,
together.
John, are you in a room with Bruce?
I want to, no, me and Chris. I want to thank you a lot for watching tonight on our first show, and I think it turned out fairly well, pretty good, and we'll be back next week. We have a really good show planned and surprise guests, so be here next week. Take it away, Mike, with the band.